there, it's Juliana Michaels and welcome to my channel. In this video, I've got something truly magical to share with you. The magic mat from scrapbook.com just got a little more magical. It's now magnetic. Scrapbook.com has done it again and is changing the die cutting game with their new magnetic magic mat. The magnetic magic mat from Scrapbook.com has all of the features of the original magic mat, but with the added bonus of a magnetic side. It's been specifically designed to help hold metal dies in place and give you more precision and stability while die cutting. There's an embedded magnet on one side that will hold a firm grip on your dies and prevent unwanted movement and allow you to craft with confidence. When you flip it over, you'll find the original magic mat, which is a non-magnetic, self-healing cutting pad designed to meet all of your die cutting needs. Just like the original magic mat, the magnetic magic mat is a replacement for one of your plastic cutting plates, specifically the one that gets cut into. If you don't need the magnetic properties, flip the mat over and you can use the original magic mat. And if you need to hold something in place on this side, you can always use a little bit of mint tape. It is made from a self-healing material that's designed to be cut into over and over when used with blades and cutting tools. So guess what that means? You can say goodbye to warped cutting plates, deep etchings and marks and scratches that may transfer onto your projects. And because you're only using one cutting plate at a time, you'll be saving money because you won't need to replace them as often. To use the magnetic magic mat, simply replace your bottom cutting plate with it and start die cutting. If your magic mat becomes warped when you're using it, you can always use a heat tool to apply heat and it will flatten out and be good as new. If you're interested in learning more about the magnetic magic mat or the original magic mat, you can do so in the description box below this video. Just click on the word more and you'll see more information. If you're interested in any of the products I'm using in this video, you can find that supply list with links in the description box as well. When you shop through those links, you're supporting me at no extra cost to you, and I appreciate that so very much. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the Willow Lane rub-ons and apply them to some white cardstock. And I'm just going to take my scissors and cut out these images. And then I can use the little popsicle stick to transfer the rub-on to the paper. So just rub over that until the rub-on transfers onto the paper. If you're not familiar with rub-ons, they are basically like a sticker that you just have to transfer onto another surface. And just by applying the pressure with this little popsicle stick that they come with. So they get released from this plastic and then are permanently onto whatever surface you adhere them to. Then we're just going to continue transferring all of these other images to the white cardstock. And if you pick it up and part of the image hasn't transferred, just place it back down and rub back over that area. So I recommend just pulling it up nice and slow so you can kind of see whether it's transferred or not. This little craft pick tool from scrapbook.com is really helpful to kind of help get under the edge of the rub-ons. Once you get the rub-ons adhered to your paper, then you can take the coordinating dies and line them up and run them through your die cutting machine. I love that the new coming soon Ghost Cat, Witch Fox, Pumpkinhead, and Mummy Bear from these rub-ons all have a coordinating die that's perfectly sized to cut out the rub-ons, and it would be so awesome if they had dies for the remainder of the cast of cute little critters. Don't you agree? So I got these a little bit close, so I'm gonna actually cut these apart like that so I don't have to worry about the dies overlapping. And now we're going to use the magnetic mat to help hold these dies in place as we run these through our die cutting machine. Now you still want to be careful as you're lining everything up, get everything exactly where you want it. Place your plate down on top of it carefully because it still can bump it and move it around. So you just want to make sure everything's still in place. And then once you get it in place, then you're just going to roll it through your die cutting machine nice and slow. And there you have your perfectly cut out little critters. And then you can just repeat that for the other dies. So this was a great way to see how to use the magnetic mat. Another way to use this magnetic mat is like if there was a certain part of a piece of pattern paper that you wanted to cut out with like a larger shape, and then you could use that to help hold that in place and get lined up with exactly where you want it on the paper, and then run it through your die cutting machine. One of my favorite ways to use a magic mat is to do some embossing instead of die cutting. So what you do is you place a silicone mat on top of the magic mat, then your paper, and then your die, and then your cutting plate. And you'll just need to figure out what kind of sandwich works best for your die cutting machine. You should never have to have any pressure or force where you can't get the paper through the machine. And then when you peel it up, you get this embossed effect. And then to make that a little more distressed and add a little more interest, you can use like a sanding tool to rub over that and reveal some more of the white core of the paper if you like, if you use some of the Scrapbook.com smooth cardstock. And then that will use that as some texture for the card background. And now we can go back to the magnetic mat and use that to help hold our die in place as we cut out the shape. And there is our cutout background. I hope you enjoyed learning about the magnetic mat and the magic mat from Scrapbook.com and how it can be a true game changer when it comes to die cutting. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can join me on a more regular basis. Hit the like if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to join me on my other social media platforms, you can find the links to those in the description box below. Also, feel free to leave me a comment if you have any questions or if there's something you'd love to share with me and our community. I'll see you in the comments below and in the next video. Until next time, stay crafty, my friend.